about the schools that are represented in the final. We see some wrestlers from the quote-unquote superpowers, but it's more spread out this year.
Matt, there were 25 schools represented this morning. That's a tremendous amount to be represented in the morning round. No one had more than 4. A few schools had 3. No one has dominated Region 3 this year.
The quarterfinals were held last evening, the semifinals this morning. So in less than 24 hours, these wrestlers have gone through an awful emotional experience, a physical challenge. What has to happen? What do they have to do to get through the next 6 minutes?
Now there's the mental preparation, not just the athletic ability that they obviously have to be at this point. It's being ready when they take the mat. It's breaking a sweat. It's having that perspiration kind of be felt throughout the body so that they don't make the mistake in the first 30 seconds when they hit their feet on the mat. That's going to be the key for our final.
All right, the wrestlers are being introduced to the crowd at hand here at Union High School. The Region 3 championships are just moments away. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back with the 103-pound bout right after this.
I give him credit, though. I mean, he realized that the same old tactics just weren't going to work. And it was going to be time to pack up the bags and go home if I didn't change things around. 145-pound championship will be waged between Ken Bronco of Madison and Shane Remolina of Millburn.
Two very, very different styles. A bruising style by Ken Bronco of Madison, a style with more finesse by Shane Remolina of Millburn. They met during the year. It was a 1-point victory for Bronco. Hopefully we'll have an exciting match between the two wrestlers here again today.
Yeah, Bronco's style certainly reflects his last name.
Remolina in deep on the single. Bronco, good hip action and the strength, fighting it off. Remolina still staying on that leg. Remolina still underneath, the heavier opponent at this point, knowing what both boys weigh after having eaten a little bit. It's Remolina, though, very low. Hits the ankle tight. Bronco with the throw. Remolina still hanging on to the leg. Figure 4 put on by Bronco.
Bronco with a pin in the quarterfinals over Chris Edling of Westfield, and then a tough one against Miguel McGaugh of Summit. 10-8 victory for Ken Bronco in the semis. Remolina with an easy time over Rudy Rodriguez of Livingston in the quarters, and then a fairly easy time over Dennis Mulrooney in this morning's semifinals, defeating him by a score of 10-3.
Remolina in a position of advantage now to spin and circle, but Bronco comes up, squares away, faces his opponent. Remolina making the moves, Bronco making the counters. Remolina thinking about shrug, little drag. It's Bronco, though, that's locked with that front headlock and fighting off Remolina's moves.
Scoreless first period. As we saw with Lombardi, who ran cross-country for Millburn to keep in shape. Remolina, also a cross-country runner, was captain of the cross-country team this year.
Outstanding runner, first team all-conference. Had the pleasure of working with Shane for the last 2 years. Came out as a junior and helped our team to 2 very fine records. Bronco cracking down on top hard. Remolina flat, needs to get some height. Bronco, single grape in.
And a stalemate called, 1:47 to go. Second period action. Well, it was a good year cross-country-wise for Millburn. Sectional champs the last 2 years.
Very fortunate to have nice young men to work with. Nice short sit. Bronco goes the opposite way and keeps the control. Remolina with a good move. Bronco with an unusual counter. Little drag circling around. Keeps the control. Remolina still scoreless with Bronco.
Stalling called.
Bronco again with the legs in, but not attempting to use a half Nelson of any sort to turn Remolina. So an early stalling call.
As Bill Myron, the Millburn head coach. And as Jerry mentioned earlier, John Ceruto assisting him. Normally Jerry's in that corner too.
Kind of comfortable to be here, but a beautiful step over by Remolina for 2 and for more. Had the twitcher in. Important for him to give up just 1 point there and end up with the 4-1 lead, not a 4-2 lead. Bronco had signaled to his coach, optional start. They chose not to go with it. It might have been the right move at that particular point. Remolina needing a takedown here. Bronco with his strength. We saw Marinelli extend earlier and get caught. We almost saw the same thing happen here, but we see Remolina circle behind and increase the lead to 6-1. Injury time, Bronco.
Bronco a little slow getting up on all fours. Linda Ayanta, the trainer here at Union High School, has done a fine job all through the tournament, and she was out there quickly to check on Ken Bronco.
Bronco made the shot. Fine job of circling behind by Remolina. We said earlier, Bronco has the strength here. Remolina a little bit of the finesse, and right now, it's the finesse that has the 6-1 lead. Wrestling Ken Bronco is a little like going into your bathroom at night before bedtime, Matt, and closing the door and forgetting it's closed, and then getting up during the night and walking into what you thought was the open door. And if you can experience that feeling, you know what it's like to wrestle against Ken Bronco. Toes, nose, everything hurts. Remolina, a fine job on top, but Bronco again, that strength that we see, coming up to his feet, making the shot. Remolina again, having to stay away from that strength and take the easy two. Hopefully he's looking for that circle behind. Bronco down again. Remolina with the leg. Into a double. Bronco with the throw. Remolina arching back. All of that work. And the 2 points coming behind. On the buzzer, an extremely important 2 points for the Millburn wrestler.
So after a 0-0 first period, it's now 8-2 in favor of Shane Remolina.
And on the single, Bronco trying to, again, sprawl back. The chain switches to the double. Fine throw by Ken Bronco, but Remolina turns back, does not let go of the leg. Is going to give a limp arm and move behind.
And a tilt for points by Shane Remolina.
We saw an unusual call earlier that we'll comment on later. Shane Remolina luckily kept his shoulders up off the mat as he performed that tilt for 3 points. Remolina has been wrestling outstandingly the last few weeks, beating again a fine wrestler, Miguel Magoa of Summit, in the finals of the district, 6-0, and shutting him out. And again, it was Magoa beating Mulrooney of Parsippany 12-1 to take a 3rd place. A very fine weight class. What we see here again, Remolina carefully having to keep his own shoulders up, intelligently giving up those points rather than getting into trouble. (11-4). Remolina in position low on the leg, though.
Jerry, I'm always impressed by wrestlers who have that mental capacity to understand that better to give up the 2 points than be stubborn and wind up perhaps costing you a region championship.
How many people we've seen? There's a feel for that, to know that this isn't a normal move. This is a move my opponent is making that could put me on my back.
Remolina looked up and he said, did he just jump on my back at the start there, ref? Bronco comes down hard at the start.
Bronco with the legs locked tight. Remolina trying to shake out the back, but Bronco in good shape, but not in a shape to turn Remolina to his back.
Stalemate. Shane Remolina leading 11-4 over Ken Bronco, the top-seeded wrestler at this weight class. Remolina seeded number 2.
And county champions hitting head-to-head, Essex County and Morris County. Remolina got one leg out. Bronco keeping the other one in, locking tight. Remolina somewhat content to stay where he is, reach for the head. He's not going to go to his back in that position, and by being there and holding on, he's going to come away with a very, very fine and well-deserved Region Championship.
Bronco, a two-time fourth-place finisher here. He'll go on. That's one thing he wanted to do, but he will not go on as a region champion. It is Shane Remolina who will do so, winning 13-4 to capture the 145-pound Region 3 championship. It was a slow first period, but a fast and action-packed second and third periods for Remolina as he captures the title, and Ken Bronco, the Madison Dodger, will move on as the second-place finisher at this weight class.
A lot to do with cardiovascular and the conditioning is you can't put a price on that when you come on the mat, I'll tell you that.
All right, what are you going to be doing over the next couple of days as you prepare for action on Wednesday?
I'm going to take tomorrow off probably, but a lot of drilling on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Even out of the practice room, I'll go down and work out somebody's basement or something at night. You know, just get a feel for the mat. A little more time on the mat, maybe 4 hours a day or so.
All right, congratulations on your win today. Good luck on
Thanks
Wednesday.
a lot. All right.
Shane Remolina, the winner at 145 pounds.